How to price your home so that you can ensure that it sells quickly and for top dollar. Hello, everybody. My name is Roxanne Govari with Pamberley Realty here in San Diego, California, along with my partner Santiago Guerin, and we are here to talk pricing. And we are talking specifically about San Diego market and but it doesn't but what we're discussing does not exclusively is not exclusively dependent on San Diego. This is the case anywhere, because pricing and selling properties is a universal idea, and with a universal idea, well, with universal effects, and that's what we are trying to cover here.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the strategies in pricing. So how would you say, how would you basically categorize strategies in pricing when you're trying to price a home, Sandy?
I think I would probably try and put it like location wise, like what neighborhood it's in, by the condition of the home.
Mm-hmm.
That would probably be another point that I would consider. What's another one? Probably so location, condition, and probably the motive of the seller, like how soon or how quick they want to get rid of the home. So
Absolutely. Yeah. Those are really three basic and very important factors to consider when you are trying to price a home.
yeah,
Because let's say if you are in a situation where when you bought another property and you need to basically move as quickly as possible, then you want to make sure that you price the home competitively so that it moves quickly,
yeah.
right?
hmm
So would you call that basically motivation of the seller,
I would say so. Yeah, because it could
right?
be someone could be more motivated and wants the property to sell sooner. So that would probably indicate to be in a more competitive, pricing. While some people might, want a specific price and be willing to wait.
Now, when we're talking about motivation, actually, what I've actually experienced is the fact that sometimes when your motivation is higher and you're pricing the home more carefully, the home actually sells for more money. So it almost has the opposite effect. You overprice the home, you get less for it. You price the home more competitively, and you get more for the home,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
I think I see that too a lot. Because then when it's sitting for a long time, then people start questioning the property, I feel.
People are starting to
And start
question and say,
lowballing.
what's wrong with it? Why is it not selling? So days on market matter a lot,
Yeah.
right? And
hmm
days on market are very, very important.
Yeah.
So now let's switch off to the other two matters, and so condition and location. So let's talk about each one. So we're talking about condition now. What would you say about condition?
How the seller probably took care of the home if it's, if we're gonna have to be having to target either, investors or someone that can be like move-in ready. So that can change what the pricing of the home could be. Because if it's an investor, they're gonna want to make money out of it, while
Mhm.
someone that's move-in ready or a place that's move-in ready, I mean, is gonna be selling at its best price, that you can get out of it. So
Right, right. Absolutely, I totally agree. So when you're basically talking about condition, now you're basically talking about the type of buyer that you're going to attract for the
yeah,
home.
Yeah.
right? And if the home is a fixer upper, then yeah, you may attract sweat equity buyers.
Yeah.
And sweat equity buyers, because they want to live in the home, they have a little bit of a bigger budget. But otherwise, your buyer that's looking for a move-in ready is not going to be interested in a home that needs work. So then you're dealing with investors, and investors, be it investor that wants to do a fix and flip, or investor that wants to fix and keep, fix and hold. And the budget of a fix and hold type of buyer is going to be different than a fix and flip type of buyer, right?
Yeah.
Now, here's a phenomenon that is going on right now that I had not seen in the past, and I find it very, very fascinating. And that is the phenomenon of the sweat equity buyers seem to have disappeared out of the market. And you can speak to this also. We have had a series of really, really nice properties, move-in ready properties that we have listed lately, and we also have had a series of fixer uppers that we have put on the market, and in both cases there is demand for both types of homes.
Yeah.
But the one that seems to be missing out of the equation is the sweat equity buyer.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
I have.
So the ones that are fixer uppers seem to still attract a whole lot of buyers, and attract a lot of fix and flip investors, and also buy and hold investors, but not necessarily the equity owner occupied equity, sweat equity type of buyers, right?
Yeah.
So I think that being the case, that also plays into the strategy for pricing a home, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're selling a fixer upper, and your target audience is investors who need to make money, and your sweat equity buyer is non-existent, then you have to basically adjust the price to be attractive to the fix and flip investor types.
Yeah, 100%.
Now that being said, let's also talk about the fact that a lot of fix and flip investors go directly to the seller and try to bypass the agent. And what's your opinion about that?
Well, I don't like that. Because, I mean,
that means we don't get paid, right?
Yeah. And we definitely do a good job in what we do, and we make sure that the whole process of selling your home becomes a lot easier. So we definitely don't want, the investors going straight to the seller.
Okay, and let's also talk about the bottom line, right? Like for example, we just sold the property at $830,000, right?
Yes.
Okay, and the client actually, prior to listing with us, she was going to list it for she was going to sell it directly to an investor for $750,000. So let's actually look at those numbers. So 750,000 versus listing and selling with us, and the commission that we charged was $40,000. So 750 was the price that the investor was paying, and 830. So 830 is what we actually sold the property for, minus $40,000, which was um, our um, the number 40,000. So we sold the property for 830,000, charged $40,000 in commission. So then you end up with a out the door number at $790,000,
Yeah.
and the investor was willing to pay them $750,000. So that is basically a gain of $40,000 for the seller in their pocket, that if they hadn't listed with us, they would have lost.
Yeah. That's a big
Right?
difference. Yeah.
That's a big difference. That's a big number still,
Yeah.
correct? And so when we emphasize that Mr. and Mrs. Seller list with us, we are going to get you more money. That means, because our incentive is to get as much money as we can for our seller, whereas the investor's incentive is to get the house as low as they possibly can, because that's where they make their money. Whereas we make our money if we get the most amount of money we can for our sellers. So that's another reason where listing with a realtor would be so much better for the seller in the long run.
Yep.
So that was actually talking about condition of the property. What about location?
Yeah, I mean, location can affect the price a lot of the property too. If it's in a nice location, and it's a great home, it'll sell for more. And if it's in a bad location, it'll probably sell for a lot less. Like, let's say you have a $1 million home, but it's in a $500,000 neighborhood, it'll bring the price down to 750. While if you have a $500,000 home in a $1 million home neighborhood, it'll bring up the price of the property to, let's say, 750. So that's very important too as well.
Yeah, because the desirability of the location definitely plays a part into the demand. And of course, if there's more demand, the more you can ask for the property in terms of price. So that makes a difference.
Yeah.
So now let's also talk about psychology of pricing, right? So for example, if you're selling something for 99 cents versus $1, that's where the 99-cent stores actually made their killing by going right underneath $1 as a 99 cent.
Yeah.
And maybe that's not such a great example, since the 99 cents stores have all gone out, since we've had such high inflation and you cannot buy anything for $1 anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, definitely having a good number is, especially those like just, $50 less or something, instead of making it look like a million, 999, 950 is a great number to put, because then people's like, right under a million. So
right.
Stuff
So
like that.
or some of the cultures that believe like number 8 is a better number. So if you're putting the numbers at 888, then you're going to attract more customers, because it makes people pause and pay attention to that number, as opposed to just some other numbering that you put on the property. Okay, very well. Those are some good points when it comes to pricing a home. And of course, if you are overpricing the home versus underpricing the home, right? Because if you're overpricing the home and if you don't get demand, now you have to lower the price. Whereas if you're underpricing a home, could you even underprice a home?
No, you can't, because the offers themselves are gonna be higher than what you're asking for, and then there can always be the negotiating done. If you have different offers coming in, the price will eventually set to what it is. So
to market value levels,
exactly,
right?
exactly.
And if you are underpricing a home and you are getting multiple offers, now would you say you're going to be in a better negotiating position?
Definitely, definitely. Because now you have
Right.
so many more options than when, let's say, you have one. You only have that one to work with. It could
Yeah,
be not that good, but you gonna have to take it because that's the only one you have. While if you have multiple, you get to talk to all of them and do a lot more negotiating and get a better result.
absolutely, absolutely. Yep. So overpricing versus underpricing, or market value pricing. I guess we could also say, and market value pricing is always a better strategy,
Yeah,
um, and bring better results.
yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, there you have it, folks. That is our wisdom on pricing homes. And again, we are real estate agents in San Diego, California, but we can help you sell property anywhere in the U.S. And if you are trying to reach out to me, there's my phone number. And if you are trying to reach out to Santi, there is his phone number. We also love to hang out on social media. There's our Instagram handle, and also you can reach us on our website at pemberleyrealty.com. You can reach me or Santi. This is the common email that we share, and we also are on Facebook. So if you are on Facebook or on Instagram, we appreciate it if you are giving us a follow. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so that as we are posting more videos, you're able to see them and join us as well. Thank you so much for joining us, and make it a great day.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.